24th, 2026, approximately 2 o'clock Central Standard Time. I'll take this opportunity to thank the media, this great host of friends and church members for coming out today and showing their support and standing in solidarity with us. I'm going to give you a statement of the events that occurred on yesterday, June the 23rd of 2026. At approximately 9 a.m., I'm out on the church parking lot. There I'm working on one of our Sunday school buses. We have a large bus fleet. We have several people that do maintenance on our buses. I was swapping out the batteries on bus number 48. By that, you have dead batteries. I'm putting new batteries on the bus. So while I'm working on our bus fleet, the individual across the street, one of the men across the street, is walking up and down the shoulder parallel with the bus, which is about 100 yards to my south right now, or 100 yards to my east. And while this individual is walking up and down the shoulder of the road, he's shouting vulgarities, profanities, and very nasty words towards my person, toward myself. And while I'm working on this particular bus, he said, "Tony, and what the F are you going to do about it?" End quote. This has gone on for years now. Behind me are several witnesses who can attest to what was said. They have video. They have made numerous complaints to the police and the sheriff's department. Our church represents 27 nationalities. Every nationality that comes to this church comes for a safe place of refuge, a place of worship. Many recovering addicts who come for a place of worship. They are constantly stalked by these individuals across the street. They are constantly intimidated with threats of bodily harm. There's not a person that's come to this church that's standing behind me in this meeting today who hasn't been called the racial slurs of the N-word. Their children have been screamed and shouted with vulgarities. As a shepherd, I have not allowed the sheep to attack the wolves for what was said to them. I've given you a complete and true statement of what happened yesterday.
And this was filmed from the victim's cell phone, from what we were told. And that's after there were some words exchanged, and then you see Pastor Spell running across the street.
And that's why the video is so shaky. So it's the victim's point of view. And then this is video of him being arrested.
What the F are you going to do about it? At this time, I'm going to turn the press conference over to my attorney. I have complete confidence in Jeffrey Wittenbrink. He's been my representation for 6 years. If he wants to take questions, he will. If he allows me to, I will. Jeff Wittenbrink, thank you.
Good afternoon. Is everybody doing okay? I don't know if anybody has any questions. I just want to say it's sad. I think we've had a failure of law enforcement, and it may be that there's a gap in the law. It may be it's perfectly permissible for someone to shout vulgarities and grab their body parts and flash you and make threats of perfectly legal. God knows that these poor folks over here have complained many, many times. We've tried to get a meeting. It looks like the meeting was just a little bit too late. I think that these folks have been pressing this and trying to instigate some kind of problem here at the church for years. They don't like the church. They've made that clear. They've complained about every single thing about the church and have initiated complaints from everything from the music to the lights, and don't care for us. The man that's the head of the household over there told the French media that if he could solve the problem, if he could have a Kalashnikov, he could solve the problem. And that's what we're dealing with these folks. So it's a sad day to have to be here. I will tell you that every man has his limits, and it's sad when you get pushed to that point. Certainly sad for a pastor, a man of the cloth. And I just want to tell you, it's certainly a failure of the laws and our enforcers to keep the peace. Because all these folks want to do is go to church in peace and live in peace. And when you have to endure being called racial names, when you have to endure threats of violence and rape, it's intolerable after a certain point.
And this was filmed from the victim's cell phone, from what we were told. And that's after there were some words exchanged, and then you see Pastor Spell running across the street.
And that's why the video is so shaky. So it's the victim's point of view. And then this is video of him being arrested.
I got a video of it for you.
And so there's his mugshot, which we just got into our newsroom.
Yeah, Pastor Spell obviously became famous in 2020 when he defied COVID restrictions.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the state was trying to limit how many people were gathering in public spaces. And he really challenged, you know, state officials saying,